Hello, beautiful lovely gamers. My name is Jonal. There's been a lot of talk about pay-to-win aspects in the new Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare. Let me give my opinion, my take on it. The fact is that Modern Warfare has implemented a battle pass, and this battle pass, well, it does what a battle pass does. There's 100 tiers, and then you grind and you play the game, and you unlock more tiers. And each time you get a new tier, you get something new, a spray or a cosmetic item or something like that. And the Modern Warfare developer, so Activision, decided to put the real weapons, so the weapons that infect the game inside of the battle pass, which did do a lot of outrage. A lot of people being upset that the fact, even though, no, to clarify, the battle pass, while some of the items, you have to buy the battle pass to unlock some of the items, the weapons and some of the cosmetics, and I also believe some of the COD points in there, are free. So just like in normal battle pass, if you think Fortnite or Apex Legends, some of the items are free, and then there's like a paid tier where you get a bunch of extra stuff. So if you pay and you grind, you get some bunch of extra stuff. If you don't pay, then you get at least the weapons and you get some other, just some small stuff to continue make you play, and then you can always, in the end, choose to buy the battle pass. Is this pay to win? I would like to hear your opinion down below in the comments before I give my own opinion. So write if you're for this, against this, and why not, and then I'll give my own opinion. It does help against the YouTube abusive algorithm. The same with a like on the video really does help out against YouTube's abusive algorithm. Of course, if you like Call of Duty and other kind of content, subscribe with bell notification, because I had a 2-week exam break and therefore YouTube really hates my channel right now. So besides that, let's continue. So let me give my opinion on it. Essentially, you earn a tier by just playing the game and by getting EXP. So the better you do in a match, the more EXP towards the battle pass you get. You can activate double the EXP boosters, which does help to a certain extent. There are a couple of bugs that I have interacted with it, but it does help. You can also complete challenges, which also do give you EXP, and all that EXP funnels into the battle pass. The higher you do, the better you do, the faster you will unlock the battle pass. The worse you do, the slower you will unlock on the battle pass. It's that simple. You earn a tier, depending how good you are and how good match it, if you have double the XP booster on, and if you complete challenges, between 50 and 20 minutes, depending on your skill, approximately. Average time, I think you get a tier about every 35 minutes, every half hour-ish that you play the game, you get. Now, that's 35 minutes of gaming. That's 35 minutes of being inside the game and receiving that XP from the game, with you know, having to start the lobby and leave the lobby and find the game and invite friends and do cosmetics with your weapon, on your weapons, and going to the bathroom and take something to drink, get some of your snacks, right? All of that, it's about 45 minutes for a tier. And what does that mean? The first weapon that actually has gameplay, you know, actually affects gameplay, is a tier 15, meaning it takes about 11.5 hours, so roughly 12 hours, to unlock the first weapon. The second weapon is a tier 31, so it takes about 23 or 23.5, so about 24 hours of game time to unlock that. The battle pass lasts for about 2 months. That's 2 months that you have to put 24 hours into the game. And for me, that's fine. Now the cosmetics item, if you want a cosmetics item, you will have to grind to tier 100. Now that's far more game time. That is about 75 hours for game time. On 2 months, So if you have 75 hours and you play 66 and you divide that on like 60, let's just say 60 days, right? Then you can roughly, you have to play roughly a little bit over an hour each day, or you need to play, you know, 3 or 4 hours every week. Like in the weekends, you can play, if you play a little bit in the weekends, you split it up, like you play 3 hours on Saturday and then you play 4 hours on Sunday, right? You can average it out. Is this really bad? Is this pay to win? Yes and no. I don't believe that. I think this is actually a good system. For everybody that is mad about Activision pummeling the fact that, you know, okay, we don't want anything that we have to pay for. I personally would have liked if they just gave us the weapons. Gave us the weapon and put a level or put challenges onto it. Don't put it inside the battle pass. What I'm very afraid of, and this is like what I'm actually afraid of, is what happens after 2 months. So these weapons, will they come back? How do they unlock? So if you come to if somebody joins in season 2, how will they unlock these weapons? That is the only thing that I'm concerned about, and I haven't heard or being able to find out any sources. So if anybody have any sources on what will happen after season 1 with these weapons, tell me down below. I would assume that they will just be added to the normal inventory and then people can unlock them by leveling up or something like that. But I do really hope that they don't like, oh, now you have to buy them or something like that, or they just disappear, so it's like an exclusivity thing, because there are weapons that does have game effects. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about. So if as long as that is taken kind of, so that everybody that doesn't grind it now and doesn't feel the time pressure and can unlock in some way later, then I'm completely down with this. For example, putting every weapon always at tier 15 and tier 31. So next season, the both guns, if you haven't unlocked this season, both guns will be on tier 15 and tier 31. Then you kind of have it there. As long as they keep them within this range. Like 31 is fine. I think like 35 is fine. If they start putting them at like tier 50 and so on, then it's starting to become too much pressure to unlock them by paying, because not everybody have time to reach tier 50 by just grinding normally onto the game, unless they want them like in the end of the season, and then it becomes like a whole stress that, oh, you got it in the end of the season, now you have to grind for a new season and so on. I think this is early enough for there to be some form of working for it, some form of commitment to it, without having to buy it. But again, yes, Activision does want to make money. They are a game. It's a $60 game, and it's been they have been claiming $60 with inflation. They increase market. It's more expensive to make games now than it was 10 years ago or 5 years ago, and it's still $60 and they haven't adapted for inflation. This is one way to make money. For people that does not want to grind this, here you go. You can buy it. You can buy it. You can buy your way to level 31 or level 100 if you want to invest money. And it costs insane amounts of money to buy tiers in this battle pass. One of the big reasons I'm not going to do it. But in my opinion, this is still fair. If you want cosmetic items, grinding the game is the way to do it. Or buying skins from the cash shop. Buying skin for the cash shop is a very, very good practice. That is what, and yes, they cost $20 for a skin with some other stuff. You get some other stuff in the bundle. That's completely normal. That's if you want to support the game and you think the skin is cool. That is the price of a high tier skin. That's what it costs to produce these skins and create them and so on. That's the same it costs in Overwatch. I don't know Fortnite skin prices, but it's about the price of Fortnite as well. You can also, there's like some super expensive League of Legends skins that revolve around the same area in price. If you want some of the best League of Legends skins, it costs the same amount of money. And that is why the content's at. The prices, in my opinion, are fair. It's industry prices. That is what it costs for skins. I don't think the battle pass is any way form pay to win. I, again, personally would have liked them to take the weapons out of the battle pass and give us to it in another way, just because I don't like to see them behind the battle pass. But in the end, I don't think that this really affects the game in any way negative. 11 hours of game time over 2 months to get one gun, or 24 hours over 2 months of game time. That's like, if you play, a couple of matches here, a couple of matches there, then you will slowly but surely, then you will have the battle pass over time. And if you don't want to sink in 24 hours into this game in 2 months, then is this really something that affects you? Because at that point, you are talking about guns that you wouldn't, get your hands on or need either way. And at that point, does it really affect you? I don't think so. If I'm gonna stop playing this game, I don't really care if it takes me 10 hours to get the gun. I'm not gonna play 10 hours if I don't want to play the game. And I think the content drops that they've been doing, for me at least, keeps the game fresh. I've seen a bunch of people talking about drip feeding into the community. I think it keeps the game fresh to unlock. Here's the new game mode. Here's a new map. Here's some new stuff. Play it, and most of this, or all of this, is free, except the cosmetics. All of this is free. Doesn't cost you a dime after you bought the game. There's the communities are joined. I think that this is actually the best model that I've seen in years of a Call of Duty game. Even better than I think that some of the Battlefield games are, content-wise and so on. This is better than a lot of what I've seen in Battlefield. This is better than what I've seen in any Call of Duty up to until now. All the way, ignoring some of the old, Modern Warfare 2 and so on. Content-wise, microtransaction-wise, and user-wise, I think that this is actually really good. But again, I would like to hear your opinion down below. I understand this is a very contentious topic. If we could try to keep it civil, I would appreciate that. Comment section, like the video, and all the good stuff. Subscribe and notification. I love you guys very much. Peace, take care of yourself. Have a happy holiday. As always, guys, my name is Jonal, and you guys, as always, keep that bit in your